about now. If not, there is... oh. No. That button. There we go. GPS is off. Yeah, if it's not, I can now speed up time because we're done with the time sensitive stuff. The sunflowers aren't ready to harvest. So I could do a contract if there is one. Maybe I'll take a look and see what's out there. And I can fit that in between selling silage at the BGA. I'll put this round the back with the Challenger. If there is a harvesting contract, I should probably look at it because they are quite lucrative. I think one of the fields we've been working is sugar beets, maybe. Okay, let's have a look. Save contracts. Ploughing. Harvesting. That's canola. And that's canola. Well, there's a thing. We're done with our stuff. Where is field 27? 27's at the end there. Not sure if there's a pass through there. I'm going to hope there is. I might take... We're going to take the wagon first. Okay, I'm going to take the wagon. And... back here. Going to have to swap the header trailer over as well. See if I can find a back way onto it, because otherwise that cell is a long run past Oak Glen and full length of the main trunk road. So this is quicker than the harvester. And I'll make a dairy on Goldcrest or Sosnovka. I played for a very long time on Goldcrest at the beginning. The two fields along the main road just south of the farm, obviously I bought those, I ploughed them together. Then I bought the big field on the south side of that road and planted it with sugar beets and did an entire sugar beet harvest on my own. And sadly, the game crashed just as I was loading it all into the train to take to market. And reloaded the game. I'd only saved halfway through the harvest, so that was painful. I had to harvest that field 1.5 times. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know anything about caps until I played the Old Stream Farm in Farm Sim 17. And I made it to 100 sheep and then they stopped breeding. Sort of, oh. And so I think I could carry about 16 in the truck. So I took 16 off to market and sold them. And they started breeding again until they hit 100, and then they stopped breeding. So there must be a cap. I had no clue there was a cap up until that point. In 19 it tells you, it's very friendly. Which is why our target on this map is 1,500 sheep. Okay, I must be getting close to the edge of the map. Let's get the map out and have a look. I am nowhere near the edge of the map. We have to pass by all these trees on the left, and then there's some fields. And hopefully there's a small lane that cuts through to 27. Show me. I think I'm going to keep going. But that lane there looks promising. Although there's a gate here. And that's pretty much the end of the road. Okay, let's pull off to the side so we're not blocking the road. And we'll get out and have a look. Oh, okay, well that's kind of exciting. This is 27. This is the edge of 27, but this is someone's very, very nice field. However, that is a field of canola, and this is a path. That's a path too. Ah, this is the lane I thought I should have taken. The road less travelled, or something. Yeah, we pass between the house and the hedge. Yeah, okay, that's where we should have gone. We won't drive across that nice farmer's, or that farmer's nice grass field. So, good news, there is a pass-through from this side. I don't have to go all the way to Oak Glen Farm to get to these fields. Ooh. Don't knock over anyone's dry stone wall. Don't drive into the guy's house. Here we are. That makes the unload trip easy as well, because that's right next to us. So we will park this, I guess, over here. Actually, I can park this down the way a bit. Okay, so hopefully I'm in field 27. Yep. And we will beam back to the farm. can run the Fent over there. So that gives us something to do for the rest of the day. Make some money. Now potentially the contract's worth, I think it was about 6,700, and there's potentially another 7,000 on the table for full harvest. So that will put us up to 80, about 88,000 I would guess. Which is a good number. And the other one, I think the other contract was about 5,000, so that would be another 10. It won't be enough to pay for a sugar beet harvester, but it'll give us enough. I would guess we don't need much more. We won't need much more than 50,000 to purchase. Yeah, a 50,000 loan to purchase sugar beet harvesting equipment, as we have a lot of fields need done, and I need a fuel tanker, or I need to go and get a drum of diesel. So I'm not sure my harvester's going to make this trip and back. Oh well. Oh, that was the thing I noticed playing with the kids, is in base game equipment gets damaged really quickly. I've harvested 2 fields and the header is dead, and that's not so much of an issue. If you're playing with seasons, you can generally make at least a season's worth of harvesting without having to fix your header every 5 minutes. I remember it was one of the problems I had with Ravenport. I think I did one sugar beet harvest just because, hey, I'll do a sugar beet harvest, but I had to repair the equipment twice just to complete the contract. So the harvester was getting down to sort of 2 miles an hour and almost nothing being pulled out of the ground because the header was broken and the harvester was broken. Sort of although at the beginning of FS19, equipment maintenance was based on how dirty it was. So if you didn't clean your equipment, it got broken even faster. But then folks figured out, oh, if I turn off dirt, my equipment doesn't get dirty, and then I don't have to clean it, but I don't have to maintain it either. And Giant said, yeah, that's not how we planned this to work. Okay. This is the field entrance, I believe. Bouncy life in a harvester. Oh. Of course, I'm going to have to park this in the grass field so I can get the header in first. What's the contract for again? Canola. Okay, so no worries about stuff. Oh, let's put the bale spike back on and drop off the header instead. So yes, what was I saying? Okay, this vehicle also needs diesel. And since it's a small diesel engine, does not need AdBlue or DEF. So I was actually intending to go out the bottom gate, but since refueling the equipment is becoming a thing, I'll go back up this way. That's only got a small tank anyway. I should probably check the class and the Challenger. Make sure they don't need refueled. I know the class doesn't have, it's a mod, it doesn't have AdBlue settings in the HTML. And I have no clue what I'm doing, so I have not managed to be able to update that so that it does. So that's why I'm considering maybe later in the playthrough we'll lose the black 940 and we'll get a Platinum Edition green 940 instead. Ouch. Drifting too much. Well, so much for his passenger side windows. Of course, there's still... Okay. I need to remember once we get up to this field to go and check the BGA. I think I did add the collect straw from contracts mod, which is why I wanted to check what I'm actually harvesting here, because obviously there's no straw for canola, but that could make a difference for a cereal crop. I suppose canola's one of the other winter crops, so I could plant those two fields as canola, of course. But the problem is the one to our right, the one behind us and the big field at the top are all non-cereal crops, so we're going to be growing a lot of wheat or barley or oats next year. I'm hoping the sugar beets will be a very lucrative crop for us and provide us with enough money to at least add one more field to our farm. Arable field, not grass field at this point. I think for right now we got just over 150 sheep. So I think for right now, next year, or this coming winter we have enough land to support any extra sheep we breed this year. No, we want to go further up the road, I think. It's after this house. And then, but from next year, so this year, well, this year's breeding is through spring. So yeah, at the end, fall of this year, of next year, I'm going to have to, our big grass field is going to have to be retired as a grass field and become a pasture for sheep. At which point that small field at the top, I'll turn into grass at the end of next year. So we can carry on making grass silage and hay over the course of the year. But then, you know, every year we're going to be doubling our flock size. And that's going to increase the amount of area we need. Which way do I turn that? That way. We're going to increase the amount of ground we need to place our sheep on, and each field can support 500. Hello, let's go. Caught up on the tractor. Engine on. Drive forward. Left that off the trailer and we can pull that forwards. Engine off, jump out. So many extra cameras on that for this thing. Okay, open the top. And so now I do have access to this land. This land is your land, this land is my land. Haha. Not sure how good a yield we're going to get off this. It's not a field we've worked on much. Field 17, I'm pretty sure we've worked that one on fertilizer. Let's have a quick look. Okay, all fields need ploughed. That goes without saying. I think most of them need lime. Okay, so we've worked these two fields before. Looks like, oh no, 16's out, 17. Needs lime, not fully fertilized, but this one did get fully fertilized. So this should be a very good yield, except for the fact we're taking the penalty from not ploughing. But that's not my problem. That's ploughing rarely comes up as a contract. At least my experience rarely comes up as a contract. You get to cultivate, you get to plant, you get a lot of fertilization, especially in seasons where there's 3 stages. So the thing I'm pretty sure about Farm Sim 19 is animals don't make a lot of money. They've seriously nerfed the value of wool, potentially fourfold, and I think a recent patch to seasons has reduced when wool is produced. I'm not producing wool this summer, and I'm pretty sure I did in the first summer. So that's half the amount of wool, and probably 25% of the value from Farm Sim 17. Wool was incredible in Farm Sim 17. Oh, I've got a few bales. Yeah, I'll just take them to the store and make 8 ton of money, and then I'll buy a new tractor because I need one. 19, that's just not a thing. Milk, I don't know. I haven't really done a lot of observation with cows in 19 yet. I've heard that pigs in seasons is just crazy money because they breed so fast. You can't keep up with the breed rate and the sell rate. Breed growth, sale. If you're not careful, you just end up with your pigsty full, and you're still feeding them up to weight, and you've run out of capacity to breed more. That's something I did, as I said, with the old stream farm in 17. I think I started out with about 40-50 sheep. Didn't take long to hit 100. I'm selling wool as frequently as I can, and then I capped out the sheep pen. And so, sell 20, wait a little while, you're back up to 100, sell 20. And that was how I made a fair amount of extra cash on the old stream farm. I was making quite a lot in wool because Farm Sim 17 did make quite a lot in wool, but I was also making a fair amount in mutton sales. And I think that's what this farm is going to turn into, because even though sheep only breed at one point in the year, I'm going to end up with, as I said, about 300 at the end of this year. Will be then 600 the end of the year after, 1,200 the year after that, and the farm itself, if I get all of the fields that are set up for sheep without buying any placeables, I can support a flock of 1,500. So that's going to be a whole ton of wool every year. And, wow, we're going to be able to go around twice. Very close. And 750 sheep sale every year, that's going to make this farm explode. But we're quite a ways off that. I could make it happen faster by investing in more sheep now. I think I started with 30 for the entirety of the first year, because I was feeding them hay from the store, at least until I could start making my own.